It is time for the kids. Ruben Amorim has confirmed it. He has said it. This, for me, is the best news in a long time at Manchester United ahead of a difficult game as we travel to Goodison. Welcome to the United Sport. My name is Webb. Here I am to give it to you my 2 cents about the statements made by Ruben Amorim. This is what Amorim has said, that we must trust young players here at Manchester United. We really need to focus in the future of our club on the youth. He goes on to say, I say this because of the history and because of the reality of our club. This is Amorim speaking the truth. You know, if there's one thing I've loved about this guy, and you can call him out for all forms of things he has not done right. He's human, he's not perfect, he's a young coach, of course a lot for him to learn. But one thing I love about him is his honesty. I love honest people. I live for honesty. He says things honestly. And there are some people who want to hear the good things all the time. But there are times and situations where the honest truth is, like they say biblically, the truth will set you free. I'll tell you, with Man United and the current case we are in, the truth will set us free from everyone concerning the club. With the fans, we should face the truth that Man United has got to be rebuilt, that Man United is in transition, and that certainly the truth means if you're in transition, things will be hard and tough at times. You've just got to have time to be patient and hope that you'll be fine soon. That is one. Truth is, Ruben Amorim is right, saying that where we are now, we've got to trust the young people. This is the truth. And yet there are people out there who will still say, if these kids are too young, we need the old players, the experienced players. They will beat us. It's okay. Let them beat us. We are rebuilding. They will learn by being beaten. That's the best way to learn. When you lose, you learn. So for me, I think it's a beautiful statement made by Ruben Amorim. I hope he will walk the talk, because it's one thing to say it, but when the match comes, you fear and keep all these kids on the bench. For me, this is the one thing I called him out for in the previous game against Tottenham, because I honestly believe that a kid brought on earlier in that game could have done something about it, could have tried to change a thing for Man United. But Amorim, at least first things first, has come out and acknowledged the need to trust the young players, and they are the ones available now. So what then do I expect to happen as we do take on Everton today? It's the early kickoff, first of all. Certain people, people who are a bit superstitious, do not like Man United and early kickoffs. Well, I'm not superstitious like that. I'm just excited, because you see, young people bring excitement. That's what they do. You're excited, you're anticipating and hoping that it turns out so good for them. You don't know what to expect from them, but they can pull up anything. They can make a shocker. Imagine if Chido Obi starts this game and he scores a hat-trick or a brace and he scores a winning goal in the last minutes. There is something for you to expect when you've got some young players who are talented, high potential in there. And if you're in transition, you trust them. So for me, that's good. But I'm hoping, first of all, that Chido Obi starts, or at least if he doesn't start, plays so many minutes, not less than 30 minutes. But I'm hoping he starts. I actually feel, honestly, he can start. If Amorim was talking about him and saying he's a smart kid in the box, honestly, he could be better than the guys we have, the guys starting ahead of him. So for me, that's the one thing I want to see. Chido Obi playing more, maybe not starting. Maybe starting is me being too excited. But yeah, I'm excited like that, because again, I consistently say, doomed if you don't, doomed if you do. But also, of course, looking at his side, maybe starting him would be throwing him in the deep end. But you see, certain players like that, certain talents want to be thrown in the deep end. There are young players who love it. They thrive on that. I feel like Chido Obi is such a player. Throw him in the deep end and let him fight. He will figure it out. That's what a good player does. So for me, the whole overprotection, and I remember this is one of the things that I quite, I did not get about Erik ten Hag. Overprotecting these players. Don't overprotect them. Just trust them and guide them. They will make mistakes and people will understand, because they are young, but trust them. The trust does a lot to a young person. But so I'm hoping Chido gets reasonable minutes in the game. 2, I'm anticipating that Sekou Kone could get his senior debut today. I think Ugarte, who is back, if he's fit, he will start in the middle with Bruno. But Ugarte is not really your 90 minutes player. I think he runs out of steam in the last minutes of the game, because he does a lot of work, honestly. He runs a lot and stuff. So I think maybe in the 70th minute or 65th thereabout, Sekou Kone could come in depending on how the game is going, obviously, I think Sekou Kone could come in and replace Manuel Ugarte in the middle, and we say debut for him. Then I also low-key feel that maybe Aiden Heaven could be his time, around the time that Aiden Heaven gets a few minutes in his feet. So I want to see something, and I expect to see it. I want to see a bit of the fresh young players in there. Lenny Yoro probably will be starting. I was hearing stories about how Man United did not want Delete and stuff. Bad reports about Delete, by the way. This is not a place where I want to go to. I want to be positive and focus on the players we have, and hope and assume that the players that were signed were players who were wanted at the time, not attacking on players now and scapegoating them because they're not performing well. So for me, the reality is, for me, the youngsters. I want to see more of Lenny Yoro. He's not the finished article, but he's young. Keep him there to learn on the pitch. Let's use these games to try and excite fans with the young talent that we have. And if that happens, I'm told and I know that more young players were brought into the first team training. We can be focusing on Sekou Kone and Chido Obi, yet there could be others that Amorim might want to bring in first. I mean, for me, it doesn't matter. The reality is we want to see these young players trusted, and we have that excitement. We have that anticipation, that fire in the belly, hoping and praying that whenever he gets the ball, he does something beautiful and smart. That is, for me, what I want to feel as a fan of Man United now. It's the feeling I'm craving for. I'll be crazy about it if it works. If it doesn't work, I will understand. Like any logical, sober United football supporter, if it doesn't work with the young people, you understand. If it works, you're excited. So it's a worthy gamble. It's a worthy risk considering the circumstances we are in. Of course, they are not going to bench all senior players. Bring in a few, 2-3 young ones. 2-3. We're not asking for so many. We want just a few of them so that we see what they can add in the Ruben Amorim game. I mean, and also, Amorim has proved himself that he can work well with young players. We saw the boy we want to sign in the summer in Giovanni Quenda. He's only 17. He's in the senior team. Amorim made him. Why can't he do the same with these so many young players we have, who we believe are probably even naturally more gifted than Quenda? That's why they were scouted by Man United. So let's build trust in them. The head coach we have is the right guy, I believe, to do well with these kids. Let him just put them there and guide them on the pitch and protect them, excite the fans, and trust me, the whole atmosphere will be different for Manchester United. In terms of game proper prediction, again, I expect an end-to-end game, better play. Amorim was talking about how Man United struggles in terms of possession. Clearly, we've known that. That's a song now. But these are things I expect the team to improve on. I'm going to look out for those things that we will improve on. The team should improve on how they play. We know that Everton are under David Moyes are more intense. They have always been a direct team. They sort of try to play that Sir Alex Ferguson game, the high intensity. They don't care how they possess the ball and stuff. They just want to come at you and run. That's the Premier League. That's English football for you. And David Moyes is that typical sort of manager. So I think we want to counter them with physique. You don't counter physique with slow. Pacey, energetic players are countered with pacey, energetic players who can use the ball. So that's why the youngins should come in. So I expect an end to end game, a game which will have so many chances. Last time in the last game, Rasmus Højlund had a few shots at goal. If he starts in this game, I hope he this time scores, because if he doesn't, Chido is there. If Chido starts, the better for me. But either way, it's got to be end to end. It's got to be physical. It's got to be more flow. Man United has got to have control. Against Tottenham, one of the things I struggled with and I endured all throughout the first half of the game was seeing Man United running and chasing around Tottenham. In the last game against Tottenham, Man United were, in the first half especially, were not holding the ball. They were not proactive. They were just running around as if they were playing against the prime Man City of Barcelona, a team that they can definitely in this life never out-possess. But it's Tottenham, guys. Man United should be able to be confident, regardless of being away, get the ball and be the aggressors and make Tottenham work. We can't sit back and now just be the ones running, players getting tired. No, for me that was a wrong tactic from Amorim. The approach we took against Liverpool, where United were on the ball, aggressors, possession was 50-50 because it was a difficult opponent who are also good with the ball. Be men. We've got to behave like men in this game. If we don't, and we play second fiddle, it's going to be so bad because we'll get tired again, and again the fans will lose the hope and the energy, and the whole atmosphere will be so bad. Meanwhile, Goodinson being this being their last game against Man United, there they would bring their all. The atmosphere will be hostile. We certainly have got to be the aggressors, be proactive. For me, if I see those changes, there's every chance that Man United can even win this game. So let's wait and see how it all goes. But my prediction is United won't be beaten. That's my prediction, especially if the young players are trusted. Subscribe, like, and share, and let me know what you think. Catch you later.